if you look into the future, this wealth gap that you're seeing that's starting to widen, where's this going to lead us?
I think we're going to economic collapse, personally, because for thousands of years we've done what we've done for thousands of years what we're doing today. We spend too much money, we print money, we debase our currency. We during the Roman empires, they took gold and silver and they mixed it with lead and nickel and stuff like this. We're doing the same thing. And so the trouble with what's happening to our money is in 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard, the dollar became dead. People don't know that. Dollar is dead. And they could print as much as they wanted. So the value of the dollar goes down. So if you're rich dad, poor dad, I said savers are losers. Because why would you save it when the Fed can print it? It doesn't compute in my capitalistic mind. The trouble is, historically, for thousands of years, anybody who's done this collapses. So the Roman Empire collapsed, the Chinese government collapsed, and we're doing the same thing. We just don't live long enough to know it. So we're pretty close right now. We just can't keep printing money and giving people money for free and think that it'll survive. And the trouble is, it's now a global problem. We have the central banks of like European, Japanese, Chinese, everybody's central banks today, and we're printing money. It's not going to last.
This is a somewhat poignant statement. Savers are losers because they're saving dollars or whatever their currency is, and
that's all they know.
Yeah, and it's all they know. And incidentally, it's promulgated, right? You need to save, have zero debt. And you need to save, and that's the way you get to your future.
And I have 100% debt and no savings. It's opposite. It's a parallel universe.
Wow, but clearly, based on what is happening, how money is debased, it's clearly you're a lemming walking off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then you end up pretty broke, and you've got more life in front of you. That. And then what's going to happen is the communists are all going to scream more that we have to take from the rich and give to the poor.
Correct.
Scary scenario.
And the rich are screwing everybody. It's not the rich, it's our education system screwing everybody. That's the problem. See, I'm a child of the 60s. I remember this quarter came up and had a copper tinge around it.
I remember
1964.
Yeah.
That was debasing the money. And that's when savers became losers. Yeah. So I was at a antique show, and they were actually selling quarters for $5 because the silver value was worth $5 now.
Wow.
And so if you're a saver, you go, well, why is that quarter of $5 now? Because your savings have gone down in value. No, they wouldn't do that to me. I said, yeah, they do every day. They print it.
Wow.
They print money to pay their bills. If you and I did that, we'd be in handcuffs.
True.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really a great analogy, saying, okay, here's a silver quarter.
$5.
I get $5 for that. Here's one of those ones with the copper rim.
Yeah.
It's 25 cents.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between saying we have a monetary system that's based on something that's attached to like silver or gold, as compared to saying we just can do what we want to the currency. It's got no reference point, and that makes it worth less and less every single day.
Yeah, and everybody watches the stock market. Being a professional investor, the problem's in the bond market, and the bond market is bigger than the stock market. So we're in serious trouble financially, and so that's why when I talk to people, I say buy a silver dollar. It costs you $20. Oh, I can't afford $20. I said, then you got trouble.
Yeah.
Buy a dime for $2. I can't afford $2. It's the mindset screwed up. But they can go to McDonald's and buy a Big Mac.
Yeah. And then hope that the consequences of the Big Mac on their health is going to be paid for by the government.
And then they'll buy real estate with that Big Mac. And pay no taxes and use debt to buy it.
That's
why the rich really get richer.